Hey, Carpool Crew, Pastor Justin here. I'm so glad you're joining the podcast today. Before we jump in, I want to give a big shout out to Delaney and Trey out in Florida. Thanks for being part of the Carpool Crew. Let's jump into our verse. It is from Luke chapter 18, verse 1. Here's what it says. Now he told them a parable on the need for them to pray always and not give up. Now, that was Jesus, and he told this story to his disciples because they were getting very tired. They were learning how to follow God, and sometimes it felt hard and it felt slow. It sometimes felt like a one-way conversation. You know what that feels like, right? You're talking to someone and it feels like you're the one doing the talking and no one's talking back. Maybe if you're texting someone and you look at the text message and you realize you're the one who's always texting them. They never text you back. I know that sometimes you can feel like that with God. So Jesus told them a story they can remember, and that story is useful for us today. He talked about a widow. Back then, widows had no power. There's a famous widow in the Bible. We did a deep dive on carpooling with heroes of the Bible. I encourage you to go listen to it. The first episode's free. You can get the other 4 episodes if you subscribe. But she was a widow just like this. No protection, no money. She had no important friends. This widow that Jesus was talking about also needed help, but the judge she went to didn't care about her at all. Still, she didn't give up. She kept coming back day after day. Now, in the parable Jesus was teaching, he shared that she came back day after day asking again and again because she needed help. Finally, the judge helped her, not because she was kind, not because what she was saying really convinced him, not because she was beautiful or because she was so smart or because she scored the winning goal on her soccer team. No, none of those reasons. The judge finally helped because she wouldn't stop asking. Now, I know what you're thinking. Does that mean that I can just ask mom and dad for whatever I want and I'll just keep asking and eventually they'll say yes? No, that is not what the Bible is teaching us. And trust me, your parents, that will drive them nuts. See, Jesus was trying to make a really important point, and I don't want us to miss that. See, if even a grumpy judge will listen after a while, how much more does God listen to his children? That's the point that Jesus is making. See, God is not annoyed when you pray again and again. God doesn't get tired of hearing your voice. God hears every prayer, even when the answer takes time. See, sometimes kids, we stop praying because we think it just didn't work. But Jesus says clearly, don't give up. So what does that look like for you today, maybe at school or at home? First, pray about something really important, even if you already prayed once. Maybe it's praying for a test that's coming up. Maybe it's praying about a conversation you're going to have with a friend. You can pray about anything as much as you want. Second, keep trusting God while you wait. See, waiting doesn't mean God's not listening. Waiting means that he may be working out a plan that you don't see. Maybe waiting means that he's not ready yet, and you need a little bit more time to prepare. Maybe there's a lesson for you to learn if you don't get the answer you're looking for. Third, talk to God every day. About big things, about small things. God cares and wants to hear all of it. So here's the big takeaway today. Don't give up praying because God hears you. Remember, no matter where you are or how you're listening, God loves you. Parents, if you like today's episode, it's the middle of the week. It's a great time to drop a link in a Facebook group or text a link over to a friend and let them know about carpooling with Jesus. Now, before you go, answer this question together. What is something you've prayed about more than once? We'll see you tomorrow on another episode of Carpooling with Jesus.